Okay, so what can we cut out of the Kentucky State budget? Well, please keep in mind before I start that when 75% of your budget is education and quote-unquote family services, you're not really going to be able to cut that much without igniting the usual whine-a-thon from the Red Star over Louisville, aka the Courier-Journal. But still, I feel that people like me who believe in limited government need to make a good faith effort to cut out the silly stuff before we, go after the children. Also, keep in mind that you can start your little budget cutting exercise, but when $900 million of your budget comes from a one-time helicopter drop from the feds, aka the stimulus, you could cut and you'll still find yourself in a huge budgetary hole. Same thing goes for the tobacco settlement funds, which will eventually dry up, and you are going to have to cut the things that were used to pay for that. Also, keep in mind that even though a lot of this stuff comes out of the executive part of the Kentucky budget, it was created by the legislature. Apparently, the Kentucky State Legislature has nothing better to do but pass laws that spend money. So, where do we start? Well, let's start with the Secretary of the Cabinet. That is just overhead upon overhead. The Secretary of the Cabinet, I think it's the woman who does the budget stuff or runs the budget office. She already has an office. She doesn't need another one. Next, you have the Commission on Military Affairs. We already have a Department of Veteran Affairs. We already have a Department of the Military, which has a budget of $95 million. We don't need a Commission on Military Affairs. All it does is lobby, and we don't need the government to lobby. Next up, we have the Commission on Minority Empowerment. I have an idea. Why don't we empower everybody? It's not the government's job to just help out one particular, that's going to need some WD-40, one particular segment of society. If you don't think you're getting your rights, you need to go to the Attorney General. He's got a budget for that. And then you can empower yourself. Then we got the Commission on Faith-Based Services. No. Then we have Commission on Women. That's another $200,000. No. Then somehow we have this $800,000 Commission on Human Rights. I mean, come on, what is this, Cuba? If you don't think your human rights are being secured, again, go to Jack Conway. He's got a budget for that. And seriously, if you think you live in a society that doesn't guarantee your human rights, do you really think a commission is going to help you out? And then there is the Governor's Office on Agricultural Policy, which has a budget of $31 million. Now, interestingly, we have a Department of Agriculture which has a budget of $30 million. First off, I don't think we need both. Secondly, again, is it government's job to lobby on behalf of one particular industry? Arguably, no. So, my total is about $32.9 million. 0.12% of the Kentucky State budget. Not even a percent, not even a drop in the bucket. There's a lot of work to do.